So we'll start standing up. Feet parallel, hip distance apart. Let's just inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach up and over, let your head hang heavy. Just find that nice stretch, reaching down towards the mat. And then we'll inhale, exhale, slowly roll up. One bone at a time. Inhaling, arms up. Let's go up and over to one side, just getting a stretch, loosening up the body. Back to center, over to the other side. Back to center, exhale, hands away. Get a little stretch here, inhaling up, just reach back, gaze comes up. Exhaling, hands away. Inhaling up. Let's go up and over. And then walk yourself on out to a 4-point kneeling position. We'll start here with just a little cat-cow stretch. Inhale, press your low back up. Exhale, just creating that arch, moving between flexion and extension, just getting a nice stretch. As we go here, find your breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Pushing away the thoughts from outside and focusing in here on your practice. Good, all right. We're gonna reach for that red ball when you're ready. So, red ball. It's optional. At any point you lose the ball while we're doing this next part, you can just keep going without the ball. Ball's gonna go underneath the right foot. I'm in that 4-point kneeling position. Ball is underneath the right foot. I kind of have my toe tucked there, so I'm pressing that top part of the foot into the ball. And then I have my left toe tucked, so it's not pressed down. The left toe is tucked. Wrists are underneath the shoulders. So you've got the ball underneath the right foot and the left toe is tucked. You're gonna inhale. Exhale, just start with the hover. Hover that left knee, both knees, and set them back down. So inhale, exhale, both knees hover up, and then set it back down. So you're just kind of finding that bear plank position. Perfect. If that's too much, you just go into your cat-cow. Otherwise, we're just hovering and tapping back down. On this next one, we're gonna hover up. You're gonna reach hips up towards the ceiling for a down dog. Then as you come back to that plank, you're gonna press the ball away. Bringing the ball back in as you scoop up into your down dog. Nice stretch. Press the ball away, coming kind of into that bear plank bird dog stretch here. Hiking the hips up, pressing the ball away. Yeah. So I'm keeping that left knee bent when I go back. So the left leg is that bear plank. Have that knee hovered. You can always set it down if you need. We're just getting a stretch here, warming up our core. Let's do one more like this. And then set it on down, take the ball into your hands. Get a nice stretch, ball comes out in front, press the hips back. Perfect. All right, let's go other side when you're ready. So starting in that 4-point kneeling, now the ball is hooked under that left foot. So top of the left foot is on the ball, right toes are tucked. Starting with that knee hover, you just lift both knees up, finding that bear plank position and set it back down. Gaze is at your fingertips. You have hollow armpits here. Continue breathing. When you're ready, we add on. You hover those knees. Hike the hips up, down dog. As you come back to that bear plank, you press the ball away. Hiking the hips up, down dog stretch, pressing the ball away. Just flowing between this movement. Again, if you lose the ball, that's okay. You can do it without the ball. You can always take a knee down if you need. Looks good, guys. Let's do one more like this. And then we'll reach for that ball. Again, pressing back into that child's pose. Nice stretch. Ball comes out in front. Perfect. All right. We're going to lay on our back now. So laying all the way down on our back. Let's take, ball can go in between the ankles or in between the lower thighs. Either one, you're gonna lay on down, shoulders away from the ears, palms pressed into the mat, fingertips relaxed. Find a neutral spine, so little pocket of air underneath the low back. We're gonna breathe here, so just inhale and exhale out your mouth. As you inhale through your nose, feeling that rib cage open. As you exhale, pull the core together. We add a pelvic rock when you're ready. Inhale, keep that neutral spine position. Exhale, press the low back down. Inhale, back to that little arch, that little pocket of air. Exhale, press the low back down into the mat. So it's a tiny movement here. You're just rocking that pelvis forward and backward. It's like if you had a back tattoo, a tramp stamp, you'd be pressing that tattoo down into the low mat, into the mat there, and then finding that little arch. Just finding pelvic awareness, helping with that little scoop before we go into our bridging. If you have anything going on in your back today, as we go into our bridging, you can just lift the hips up. Hips come back down into a hinge. All right, feet are parallel. You have that little pressure on the ball, whether it's between the ankles or between the knees. We inhale, exhale, slowly scoop all the way up, lifting our hips, squeezing the glutes at the top of that bridge. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow. Roll all the way back down. Find that pocket of air, that neutral spine position. Inhale, exhale, scooping up. Finding that one bone at a time articulation up. Keep the pressure on the ball. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow. Roll all the way down. Continue here with your breath. We're just warming up the back body. When you go into that bridge, don't let the back arch. You want to keep that imprinted spine as you go. The goal is to find the glutes. If your hamstrings are getting too tight, bring the feet a little closer to the glutes, to the body. On this next one, we're gonna hold up in that bridge. Hips are lifted, pressure on the ball. You're gonna lift the heels, lower the heels, lift the heels, lower the heels, keeping the hips lifted. Getting that articulation of the ankle. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels come down, squeeze on the ball, exhale nice and slow. Roll all the way back down. Good. Shake it out, adjust the ball if you need. We got one little set here, last set here now. The ball is gonna go under the feet now. This is optional. If the ball gets too challenging, you can just take your feet back down to the mat, tuck the ball off to the side. So I've got ball under the feet. Yeah, again, if you have sneakers, it might be a little bit more challenging than if you had the socks or the bare feet here. But, all right, we're gonna start small. So just inhale, exhale. Maybe you roll just a few inches up, pressing into that ball. You should feel those shakes. And then you scoop back down. Again, ball doesn't work for you. You can do it without the ball. Ball's underneath the feet. We're just scooping up a few inches and then coming back down. You're gonna find that balance challenge of the ball. Feeling those glutes and hamstrings a little bit more. Trying to press evenly with both sides into that ball. And if you need to adjust, maybe moving the feet forward or backward to find that little scoop. Again, you don't need to get all the way to the top range. Just go to a challenge spot where you're squeezing those glutes and then squeezing back down. I'm taking my girls to the Nutcracker tonight, so this is a good song. We're gonna hold up in that bridge. Open the knees, close the knees. Open the knees, close the knees. Keep the hips lifted. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips come down. Just open up the knees. Let those knees open. Butterfly. Find a stretch. Maybe your arms open out wide. And then we're gonna take the ball into the hands, take the legs up to 90, get a nice stretch for those hamstrings. Point and flex the toes. Roll the ankles. Perfect. We're gonna go into a round of hundreds. Ball can go in between the lower thighs or the ankles. We'll start with a few preps. So arms are gonna come up to 90. Inhale, exhale, hands come to the hips. Inhale, hands come back up to 90. We go into our hundreds. You can add a chest lift as you like when the hands come to the hips and we pump. You can keep the feet flat on the ground, or you can take the legs to tabletop 90 or a challenge position. We will be pumping our arms 5 or 6 inches at our hips for 100 counts, breathing in for 5 counts and out for 5 counts. You decide how you want to go. And on this next one, hands come to the hips. We start pumping for our hundreds, breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50. Deliberately reaching those fingertips away from you, 5 or 6 inches. If you're in that chest lift, no strain on the neck. Chin to chest, up off those shoulders, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 60, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 70, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 80, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 90. Last set, breathe in. Last set, breathe out. Good job, guys. Tuck it in. Ball comes into the hands. Just let the knees sway side to side. Feet are flat on the mat. Get a nice stretch. Catch your breath. It's the classic Pilates hundreds. All right. You're going to press yourself up to seated or do a little roll up here. Once we come to seated, the ball is going to go back behind our shoulders. So it's kind of right in between the shoulder blades there. You'll be in kind of a tuck C-curved position here. Hands come behind the head to help hold the head there. Perfect. Again, you do this without the ball. Head is heavy in the hands, chin to chest. We're going to start option 1. Keep that Pilates scoop here. We march the legs. This is option 1, finding a march. One leg to tabletop, set it back down. Other leg to tabletop, set it back down. Keep that C curl. Option 2, both legs come to tabletop. Single leg toe taps. One toe taps down and back up. Other toe taps down and back up. These are tough. I'm feeling that core here. One at a time, nice and controlled, hinging from the hip. Using those low transverse abdominals. Perfect. Head is heavy in the hands. You got this. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet down. If it feels okay for the back, you'll just extend over the ball, getting a nice stretch. Or remove the ball if that doesn't feel good. One more here when you're ready. So back, same position, hands behind the head, elbows wide, ball is behind the shoulder. You can do this without the ball. We're gonna take right shoulder to left knee for kind of a twist there. Left knee taps down, left shoulder to right knee, twist and tap down. So a little bit of oblique work as take it nice and slow. Over to one side, set it down. Over to the other side, set it down. Big shoulder to knee. Keep the elbows wide, not bending the elbows. And you're twisting side to side for that opposite knee to get those obliques. Ball is too much for you. You can lay on your back, do the same thing. You got this. Finding that twist, side to side, rib to hip, obliques. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Extend over the ball or find a stretch that works for you. one more set here. Ball behind the shoulders. Again, that's optional, hands behind the head. Option one, again, back to that march, but I'm gonna cue feet flexed. So I'll march here like this. If you go to that option two, both feet come up to tabletop. It's a heel tap instead of a toe tap. Heel tap, toe tap. You should still feel the core. Breathing in, breathing out. You can always go to marching as a modification. Feeling it a little bit differently, but that second set, you should start to feel the core, those transverse abdominals. Keep that Pilates scoop. Head is heavy in the hands. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Take the ball out. Lay on down. You can let the knees sway side to side or bring the knees into your chest. Maybe you just extend the legs, extend the arms, finding a nice stretch here. Catch your breath. Let the rib cage pop open. Perfect. Tuck the ball off to the side, and then